What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond, and I'm back with my own new review of Loving Bears Huntsville. Let's get into it. We are still in Destin, Florida for the family trip. Miss Vanessa have arrived. She talks to Melody about what's been going on, how's everything been. She said it's been good. Have Martell been saying anything inappropriate? Have y'all talked? No, he hasn't said anything, and there are times when I did feel I was irritated. I tend to go to my space to calm and get back to my original energy, and I'm all good. And this is the first trip since the divorce, so it's good. So Martell and his mom are having the same conversation. Miss Marlene is happy that this trip came. It makes her so happy be seeing her grandkids smile and laugh. And she reveals that she was heartbroken when they were divorcing. I didn't see Miss Marlene express enough that she was heartbroken through the divorce, but apparently she was. It showed a flashback of when Martell saying that the divorce can't come fast enough. She was crying because she loved seeing them together. So, Miss Vanessa talks to Melody about have there been any triggers for you? Well, she said that Martell invited Tisha and Marceau. He still talks to them, and he figured since they're in Florida, they can come over. It's funny how he thinks he can invite people over when he got invited to a trip. So that was irritation right there. But it was respectful. We had a conversation. We laughed. We talked. It was nice. Miss Vanessa wants to know, is Tisha and her will be moving towards a friendship? No. I'm not looking it to be no more than what it was. We had a good time. We laughed. And that's all it is. I'm not looking to build friendships with nobody. I'm going to just keep in my peace and, just end it with we had a good time. I was cordial. We were cool. That's it. So downstairs with Miss Marlene and Martell, happy that they're in a good place, they're getting along. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy you got your kids with you. That's all that matters, making sure they're good and everything. So knowing that they want to be on the same page to one another, and this moment is a good moment. Don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's a step for the future where there'll be more trips, more happy times, and it'll be a time where they'll start dating other people. They want to incorporate their significant other onto a family vacation. And even though Martell is not waiting for that, he doesn't want Melody to be in a serious relationship again, but he wishes that he can freeze this moment in time because it is such a happy moment, right? But it's not going to always be like this. So since it's their last day, they decided to have a boat ride. She wants them to end it with style. So get on the yacht, right? The kids are so excited to get on the yacht. They've been talking about it ever since they were going on vacation. This is Martell's first time on a boat. She said, "You're welcome. It's nice, right?" Now, Melody was throwing shots at Martell, especially with the boat ride. Pretty much how he can never afford to throw one. And that I think he should eat every single jab she throws at him, to be honest. Now he wants to be the bigger person, let her roll off his shoulder. He's showing that he's grown and everything. And I'm just back and forth, right? I'm 2 and 2. Martell, the jabs that she's throwing at you, you should eat them. You know what I'm saying? Um, because you always in your feelings with everything. So I don't know why you would get mad, but seeing the way that Melly had been throwing shots, but I never thought them as big shots. The shots about her shutting down that she got the braids for him, her calling out that he doesn't believe in a village, and now her saying that it's nice to be on the boat, huh? Your first time? Yeah, it's nice, huh? Um, it's not always gonna be about your feelings though, Martell. Being the bigger person, let it roll right off, sure. Um, but while getting ready to ship out, they can't. It's a storm coming. They don't want them to be caught up in crazy weather, so they have to ride it out right. Melly doesn't want to break her promise of having the kids experience being on a yacht before. So while waiting, she said, let's get karaoke going. Can I play one of my songs, Martell? And I already knew from that jab it would get under his skin. And he said, why would he play that, Mel? Why want my kids to listen to that? She said, I knew they would get him. I was trying to be funny. And it's like, how are you all always in your feelings about a song based off of what you've done? Like, this is the thing that bothers me about Martell. Like, obviously, the song has been top of conversation since last season in Vegas. We had a problem with singing the song, also having her kids sing the song. Martell, it wouldn't have been a song made had you not heard her heart. It wouldn't have been a song that Millie poured her heart and pain into a song that you've done. Hearing that song is a constant reminder that you have broken your family, you have ruined your family, and you can't escape from it. You keep on saying, I don't think my children should listen to a song about their father in a negative way. Had you not hurt their mother in such a negative way, there wouldn't have been a song about you. So Martell, you can miss with that. And then he ended up saying it was tacky. Was it tacky when you got your mistress pregnant? Was it tacky when you were on live talking about she has 20 babysitters? Was it tacky that you keep on making references about you receiving head and then spray her about how she got head and how dare she? You recording her telling you, Martell, you have done some most outlandish shit. You can miss me with thinking that it's tacky for Melly sing her song. And play Telltale Signs. Play it all day. I don't care. Get out of here with that shit. See, this is shit I'm talking about. Fine, Martell. Marceau and Maurice, they have a very heart to heart, you know what I'm saying? Maurice comes over to tell him that Kimmy has stage 2 breast cancer. It's very aggressive. But when Tisha told Marceau, he wasn't filled with all the details. He didn't know it was certain that she had cancer, but it's certain. And knowing that Maurice trusts Marceau completely, they tell each other everything. So having a conversation like this wasn't hard, but the cancer is very aggressive, so her chemo is going to be aggressive as well. And he is, struggling on what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is happening in real time, and I don't know what to do. And how is, Kimmy going? Kimmy is trying to be strong, putting on a brave face. He's the one who's telling everybody who she's close to the news. She can't keep on reliving the story. And then he reflects on the time that he was pressuring her to stop being a nurse, which led for her to miss a mammogram appointment. And she was going through different insurance companies, and he's blaming himself that had I not pushed her to go into real estate, she should have been able to make her appointment. We could have caught it sooner. We could have figured it out sooner. And I felt two ways. I said, Maurice, do not put that on your spirit. Do not put that on your conscience. You did not know. But at the same time, I still didn't like the way that he kept on telling her to quit her career, quit what she loves. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like, I can't really fault Maurice for feeling like this, but it's just like, this is what you've done when you push her, but at the same point in time, nobody is prepared for anything. You could not have known that her missing that mammogram appointment, it could have led to this. You cannot always prepare to get ahead of things. You're not going to always be able to do that. That's life. Life is all about ups and downs, twists and turns, surprise after another. And I love the fact that Marceau told him, you got to let that go. Do not put that on your spirit. Do not put that on your conscience. Don't do that. Okay? And he's also looking at the morality of it. I just got married. I finally found the one. And he's afraid that Kimmy isn't looking at it that way. I said, no, don't do that. Don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Block that out. Don't worry about what you could have done. Worry about what you're doing now. And it breaks Marceau's heart that they're both in their thoughts every single day. He's afraid of expressing his thoughts because he sees that Kimmy's put on a brave face. So that makes him put on a brave face, but they're not being open and honest about how they're feeling. And knowing that Maurice isn't in touch with his, feelings like that, because he's looking at him, at what he thinks, and he's a problem solver, and this is a problem that he cannot fix, and it's bothering him. You can't control everything, Maurice, you can't. And he doesn't know, if I act strong, will she act strong? If I act weak, will she act weak? And you guys gotta be authentic. You guys gotta be open. If you guys are sad, you guys are sad, because when your partner is going through something, you feel it too. And it won't be seen as weak. You have feelings. You're worried about your wife. She's worried about herself. You guys can come together and just be with each other. If you're sad, you're sad. If you're crying, you're crying. Express your emotions. You don't have to be strong all the time. Just like Kim don't have to be strong all the time. and knowing that there is a safe place for you to let go, release what you want to hold on to, and realizing that he has, a journey to face with Kimmy. They're facing it together. And when Maurice and Marceau embraced, oh my God, I was like, wow. And they were crying with each other. Marceau was definitely emotional that we have never seen him be in this situation. He is praying for them. We're praying for Kimmy to pull through. She's gonna beat this. And it was emotional. They love each other so much. I was like, oh, brotherly love. Very nice moment. I was here for it, okay? So back in Destin, they wait out the storm. The sun came out. They're off on the boat. It's another it's another memory for her children that I went out on a yacht for the first time with my family. So it's an aha moment that they're all together. It took them a while to get here, but they're here. And then Martell, he's talking about how women always have to get to that place where they deserve to be heard because the pain that they went through, but nobody gives credit to the man because he says, I was hurt too. You know what I'm saying? I was in pain. I said, what pain? Martell, what pain was you feeling? I didn't see you express any pain. I've seen you complain. I've seen you act out. But he also says that the things that he did was out of anger, was out of hurt, but realizing that I needed time and space, she needed time and space. So now I'm glad that we're at a place where Mel can invite me somewhere we can be good. I can invite her somewhere we can be good. But Melly had to clarify and say, listen, I'm not saying yes until I know the behaviors are put in place, the boundaries are put in place, the respect is put in place. I'm not gonna say yes to nothing, okay? But Miss Vanessa comes in to defend him by saying he's healed from what he's done, and how he acted. He's healed. She says, are you 100% healed? He said, yeah, I am. You are 100%? From your divorce, I'm not 100% healed, but I am healed in ways where I know where I messed up at. Just like how he says that I'm so healed to the point where I have let go of reacting like I would have reacted to the jabs you've been taking at this trip. She said, I've took jabs at you? Yes, you took jabs at him, but I feel like the only jab that he took personal was her saying that, can I play one of my songs? And the village jab, that's not a jab, that's a fact about you. You don't believe in the village. So just want to continue on being on the same page. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? When it came down to Melody inviting him on this trip, I don't think that Melody was completely ready for this trip. I think that she must have saw some growth in him, saw a sliver of, okay, I'm a try, I'm a see, but it was too soon. Only 2 years after the divorce, yeah, it's too soon for y'all to have any type of family outings, any type of trips, because you guys are not completely healed, especially Melody, based off of how much she has gone through. She is not completely healed. It's going to be some time, some years until Melody is completely free of what Martell did to her. She was with him since she was 22, had 4 kids, had businesses. It's hard to let that go. Now, I do feel like the romance is gone, like she said, but the history, the memories, that's still lingering. So the trip was too soon, but she wanted to see for herself, and she's not completely healed. I also think that with her taking jabs, I think that when it came down to their last family vacation where she thought they were moving forward, they thought about they were getting to a better place, she comes back to reality. It's bullshit all over again. It's blogs, it's rumors, it's pictures, it's this and that, and her world is crushed again. So I think that Melody is probably still angry, which she has every right to be angry. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted to, you know, take it out on him because Martell is a trigger for her. Everything that he does is a trigger. Hence why she's so quick to defend anything, any statement, cut off any type of correlation that we're getting back together, we're this, we're that, because she knows what he does. So, going back and forth with that, and then Melody asked Miss Marlene, how was Martell growing up? You know what I'm saying? How did you, raise him? Um, Miss Marlene. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Before that point, just him open about how he would have gone ballistic with the jabs that Melody have done. He's grown from that point, right? So yes, Miss Marlene finally comes down, having a good time, and Melody wanted to know how was Martell as a kid. Did you guys have serious conversations in the household? Miss Marlene talked about how she worked two jobs, she worked her ass off, and pretty much just what's the word? Initiated rules in the house. You know what I'm saying? She just pretty much, do what I say. Listen to me. If you don't do what I say, move your ass when I get home. Just simple household, generation. You don't open the door for nobody, you don't talk to nobody, and until I come home, you do this and that. If you don't do that, that's your ass. That old generation mindset. Didn't really have the time and patience to talk to her children since she was working so much, didn't have any other help. She did not take the time to talk to her children, wondering what was going on, what's wrong with them, how are you feeling, you okay in school? And then, when it came down to Melody bringing up that Martell was bullied. Now, Miss Marlene didn't know, and Martell never told her. And she just never raised him like that. Never raised him to express himself, never raised him to understand why he felt this way. Because don't have those conversations in my house. We don't talk like that in my house. We don't have those types of conversations. Hearing that the way that Martell was raised about not being able to communicate his feelings, communicate how he felt, explains so much how he was in that household. And you did not teach your kid to communicate properly, hence why Martell is a horrible communicator. He has a horrible time expressing his feelings. He goes out the window, he goes ballistic, he yells, he becomes narcissistic, he becomes gaslighting. And there were probably times where Martell probably did something wrong, but you felt guilty because you wasn't there all the time, that you have given passes and rewarding him for bad behavior. Hence why he thought that cheating on Melody and him just saying sorry was a good thing. I said sorry, why won't you take me back? It's not him realizing what he did because he never was reprimanded for what he's done. Um, and her being a single mom of two kids, she didn't have their daddy. She had her mom, but she wasn't about to drop her kids off with her mother to raise. That wasn't what she was taught to do. She wasn't about to do that to her mom. So I held it down and raised the kids by myself. But I thought that Martell was the only child. She had two kids. Oh, okay. But considering the fact that Melody and Martell didn't have parents who were married, you guys didn't come from that. Now that you guys were married, you guys did have kids, you guys now have to explain your trauma to your kids. Pretty much, the love you give to your kids, whether it's not your kid, your biological kid, past kids. It's all about giving love, okay? Showing them all love, all times. Listen to them because with Marlene thinking that a kid don't have another reason to cry because they like to whine, there's a lot of reasons why a kid will cry, just like there's a lot of reasons why a baby will cry. It's up to you to navigate on what those cries mean and talk to them. But just moving forward, everything's good. So it's the final night of the trip. Martell decided to have family dinner, but also reserved a private table with Melly so they can have a heart to heart, right? To talk about the past, so they could move forward. So he did not tell Melody that he had a separate table for them. And when it came down to them entering the restaurant, the server told the family they're sitting over here, mom and dad sitting over there. Melody's face frowned up like, what is this? Now, prior to going to dinner, I was hungry, but now knowing I have to sit at a private table with my ex-husband, I lost my appetite. I would too. Like you show doing a lot of changes, and you show that you have control to one, invite people that I don't fool with, and call ahead and make reservations for us to have a private table. No, nigga, no. No. So he wants to have a private heart to heart with her in hopes of opening up the conversation, being honest. She don't want to have a private conversation with you. She don't want to have a private table with you because she's hopeful that this isn't another one of your attempts to reconcile. I want to be with my kids. I want to be with my mother. I do not want to be over here. So he figured, let's have a real conversation. Let's talk. We never really had a honest conversation. And she said, you chose this vacation to have this conversation? For real? He said it was the perfect time. Are you kidding me, Martell? The perfect time to To have an honest conversation about the past? Really? Okay. So, what was it so important that we can't talk about it in front of the family? You want to talk about it in a private table. He wanted to discuss what happened in the marriage. That's what he wanted to discuss. Why did you stop doing certain things? And why didn't he accept them? She's like, are we talking about head? I'm sick of talking about head. Like, let's stop talking about head. He said, no, it's not that. You know, like, that's not what it is. You've been complaining about it for the last 2 years, so you can miss me. And that's all you kept talking about. Hence why you cheated. Okay, so talking about, why it happened. What was he doing that made her feel the way that she stopped doing certain things? You know? Um, all this talk about what didn't I do? What did you do? Like what did I do that caused you to stop doing certain things? What was it? Millie don't want to keep on talking about the past. She said, I've done the work it took for me to get here, and you asking me what was going on in our marriage is going to pretty much erase all the work that I've done to get to this place of peace. If you want to get some things off your chest, call Dr. Francis. Have him give you a call. Don't ruin my vacation with this shit. I don't want no negativity. So, talking about the trip itself, it's been fine. I do feel like it was inappropriate for you to invite Tisha and Marceau, but it annoyed me though. But it was cool. It was fine. Seeing them was cool. He still don't understand why she felt the way, and that's the problem. You never want to open up and hear how Melody felt when you did certain things, but you want her to feel how you felt for certain things. Yes, he's not gonna work for me. Talking about how our kids know our kids, that don't mean shit. He honestly think it wasn't wrong that he invited people over to their vacation house and they just kept on saying, you had a good time, right? She said, yes, I had a good time, but that don't I had a good time before they got here and I had a good time after they got here. Don't place the fact that the trip got better because they got here. Miss me, that's not what happened. So with her trying to explain that just because they were here, I had a good time, yes, but I also had a better time that they were gone. He didn't want to listen to her explain how she felt. He just says, okay, girl, be quiet. Just be quiet. She said, nope. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm going to say what's on my heart. And you're going to hear what I got to say. And also, P, I'm never going to be trusting or even be friends with these people who are trying to team up against me. He acting stupid. Who was teaming up against you? You should know you were the ringleader. He said, huh? She enunciated. You should know you were the ringleader. Don't act stupid, Martell. Don't act stupid. Bay telling his ass that you went around to talk to anybody who will give you any type of attention about me, and you are telling the truth, Melody. Telling all the truth. Are you kidding me? Any chance you got, you kept talking about what Melody didn't do. You complained to the producers. You went to Destiny. Anytime that Destiny will talk about her conversations with Mel, here you go being bitter and petty by bringing up how Melly never keeps friends. She tosses them like trash. She uses them. She's a manipulator. You kept doing that, which is the truth. We saw it for seasons. That's what you did. He's getting upset because he don't like being told what he's done. But like she said, I'm gonna say what's on my mind. What's up? He's looking at her like she's to blame, and that's your problem. I'm like, oh, see, there you go. There you go with the gaslighting. She's telling you what you've done to hurt her, and you cannot handle it. Now you want to say she's the problem. Hush, be quiet, be quiet. I'm like, no. We're not doing this. And then when she says, what's my problem? Tell me what my problem is. Tell me, what's up? Because I feel like this angst that you have, because when it came down to you getting caught having a mistress, you went on a hate mail campaign talking shit to anybody who would listen. You know you did. And you did not want to accept accountability. You wanted to place blame because you got caught. Now he says, stop with the negativity. Stop with the negativity. Prime example of gaslighting. You wanted to have an open conversation. This is what you wanted to do. Have a conversation that you wanted to have, and now I'm trying to explain to you how the parts you played into hurting me, you can't handle it. Now I'm trying to be positive. Don't bring the negative out of me. Don't do it. They go back and forth. She said, you want to have this conversation. He wants her to keep in mind it's about the kids. Nigga, let's not do that. Do not keep her in line because this is about the kids. Nigga, keep yourself in line when you want to have an honest conversation that you're not ready to have. Oh my God, this is not the place to have. This is not the time or the place for you guys to both be having this conversation. This isn't the right time. So now he says, I don't know who dropped the ball, me or Mel. Nigga, it don't fucking matter. You dropped the ball, okay? Because you want to have an open conversation, and as soon as she says something you don't like, you get defensive, you get loud, you get gaslighting, telling her she's doing too much, you being negative. Don't open up about what you did and don't want to receive it. Don't do it. Because apparently you still have some growing up to do, okay? Have a real conversation, but yet you're not ready to have the conversation. You can't hear what you've done because that's what Martell's problem has been. He doesn't like hearing what he's done. He wants everybody to just let it go, move on. Can't. Can't. It's still fresh in Melody's mind. She's trying so hard to remove it. Okay? So, now I'm trying to erase that, move on to something else. So basically, heard your mom say that, we didn't experience divorce. But now that we were married and now we are divorced, we have to navigate on how our kids are going to be affected by this. So, what do you think about going to a parenting class so we can know how to have those conversations about dealing with kids who have divorced parents? He said, he's happy with that. He's going to move forward, want to be with that place. And now he wanted to, not only be happy that he got invited on this trip, but that he was apologetic. He's apologizing for everything. Now, he's apologizing to her now. She says, okay, so what's different about this apology than apologies you've done before? What's different? He said because he didn't even think that he had a reason to apologize the first time because he wasn't understanding. He didn't understand what he did. He didn't understand why he had to apologize. But now that he gets it, he's now apologizing for real. So you're sorry for everything. He said he's sorry for everything. I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry I hurt my children. He didn't understand at the time, but now he's realizing it, and he realized that he should not have pointed the finger at her. He was so busy looking for other people to blame. He never looked at himself. And he should have been a better person in their marriage. He should have been more understanding, should have been more patient. And he says he takes 100% full accountability of everything he does that caused the demise of his marriage. So happy you realize that. Melody reflects on the time that they got married young. They grew up together. They experienced everything together for the first time. Now, they showed all the pictures of the proposal, the wedding, the kids. They were happy. But the one thing that she does miss and she wants them to get back to is being really good friends. They were friends. Hopefully we can get back to that point. The romance is gone, the passion is gone, but I'm hopeful we can be friends. Now, knowing the fact that they have been married for damn near 14 years, been together since they was 22, that's history. That's memories. To have that broken is super sad, and it's going to take time. It's going to take time, as it should be. Not every marriage is going to end well. You cannot automatically be healed from a broken heart. It's going to take time for that to heal. Melly needs healing, and so does Martell. So it's the next morning. I believe that everyone is going to be leaving, but Melly will be staying another day. Martell and Melly have another conversation, that she was shocked that he booked a private table, but they haven't done it in 2 years. So of course he kind of gets defensive as to, I just want us to have, talks like we used to, what I'm saying, because I can give a little, you can give a little. But this was a hostile tone that he had. But her point was, listen, I understand you wanted to bring up the past and talk about certain things because at that dinner he wanted Melody to tell him what he did wrong. Why does she need to tell you what you did wrong? You don't know? Didn't you have a moment of clarity with Marceau that you realized that it was something that you did that caused her to stop doing certain things? So you must have known what it was. Why you need her to tell you? It's not going to change anything if you find out what it was. So, she's not in a space where they have to bring up the past. The past is the past. Let it go. Move forward. That's where I'm at. He wanted her to be open and honest about the dinner because he wants to know what he did wrong before the cheating. But it's not gonna do anything. Like I said, it's not gonna do nothing. It won't change anything. So basically, she wasn't ready or ever be ready to bring up the past because he's not ready to let it go. I'm pretty sure Melly thought about every single thing. No, Martell thought about every single thing that he did wrong in the marriage. And no. I'm sorry. My notes got messed up. I'm pretty sure that Melody told Martell everything that he did wrong in the demise of their marriage. Probably expressed to him more than once and he just didn't listen, did not hear the signs. Hearing it now won't change anything. She is completely done. She's over it. Like I said, the passion is gone, the romance is gone. Expressing what you've done to her won't change anything. The marriage is over. He really wants to know what he did wrong. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change. I'll keep on repeating myself. But she's looking towards the future for them to be respectful. And who knows? You know what I'm saying? You can get married. I can get married. We can start bringing our significant others on a date. You know, um, she knows that Martell isn't ready for her to date based off of how he crashed her first date out of the divorce. Yeah, we don't know. It's going to be a long time for Martell to even imagine Melody with another man, let alone be in another serious relationship besides him. I mean, he can do what he do, but this is what happens when you lose a good thing. You think that you've won by moving forward, but yet what you've lost is moving forward and it's happy. You cannot handle it. You will start comparing everybody to her because nobody can hold a candle to her. And with time, you know, with them moving on and she can move on, she can find somebody and be in a serious relationship, it will give him the go ahead to say, let it go, move on. Me finally moving on, being happy, should give you the okay to move on and let go. So it ended off with as long as they respect their boundaries, respect each other's wishes, it's all going to be up and up. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with the communication, keep up with the boundaries, and their priority is their children. That was the whole purpose of the trip, you know, being with the kids and seeing their parents in a positive co-parenting situation and a positive atmosphere to bring out more positive memories, you know. And that was the end of the episode. Next episode, Kimmy's going to tell the group that she has breast cancer. Also, it's gonna be a conversation or something happening where Marcel's going to invite Mel and Tisha gonna feel away about that. I didn't see you feel away when you got invited to crash their vacation. So why you mad that Marcel invited Mel? I want to see how that turns out, Tisha. Don't do that. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for next video, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.